You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Biggest Loser After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Biggest Loser After Show.
Where's our theme music?
I know, right?
There we go.
New song too, right?
That's so stronger.
I like this song a lot.
Again, will only make me stronger. Get it? Stronger?
Yeah.
Biggest Loser, stronger.
All right, you guys, Bing is for doing, and we are doing another Biggest Loser after show for Biggest Loser Season 14, Episode 8, Be Yourself. And I'm James Wallington, and with me is my lovely co-host. Hey, Fallon. We don't have Lauren tonight, so Lauren, we miss you, but we're going to just jump right into this episode.
Yes. Wait, can I say one thing first?
Go right ahead.
Where did you get those cool AFTERBUZZ cards?
I found them in the room.
Those are so professional.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to steal some. Like, we are looking legit. We have a new couch in here. If you guys are just listening to us on iTunes, feel free to come over to, AFTERBUZZ.com or even on YouTube to see us and see what's going on,
Right?
It's nice to not only hear what you're listening to, but also see what you're listening to. Yeah. And as we lose all the weight that we've been working out, so much to lose, you can see the difference, kind of.
Absolutely. Our journeys too, as well as the
our journeys, yes.
Well, this episode was 2 hours long, like always, and so there's a lot to cover. First and foremost, this episode started off with another twist. Allie wanted to throw right at them that if they were to lose a total of 70 pounds as a group, they would get immunity this week. What did you think about that?
I thought it was great. I know recently I've been switching up my workouts, and I've been working out with other trainers, and I'm actually working out with Neo's trainer. His name is Boss, and Neo.
Very cool.
And one thing that he does that we've been doing in our workouts lately is we'll do like goal training. So we'll set a goal. Okay, we need to do this amount of burpees with presses with this amount of weight and a certain amount of time. And if I can only do 20, then Neo will pick up the slacks and do the next 15 or 20. If he can only do 20, we need to get to 70, then his trainer Boss will try to, and it's nice because we really feed off of each other. Okay, this person isn't going to pick up the slack, so I will. Yeah. And we try to push each other and motivate. It's great. I love that type of workout. So when I seen that they had this type of style to the goal as a team to lose that amount of weight, I was like, that's great. It's really going to encourage teamwork, as we've seen.
Absolutely. I think it kind of set the tone for the whole episode too, because they really had to work together in order to pull off the 70-pound weight loss in order to be safe this week. But the first challenge that this episode started off with didn't rely on the contestants this time. It relied on the child ambassadors and what they gathered throughout their journey as far as health and nutrition. So Bingo, Lindsay, and Sunny all came back to the ranch, and it was up to them to pull their weight in this challenge in order to help the contestants get weight loss, essentially. So every time this challenge was set up into 2 parts. The first part was they had to answer questions based on health and nutrition, things that they were taught at the ranch. And then the second part was them going back to the Biggest Loser fitness test that they did on day 1 and trying to beat the numbers that they had. And if they were to be able to do this, they would lose a pound off that 70 pounds that they have to come up with at the end of the day. So the first part was the questions about health and nutrition, and they were shown platters that would come out with 2 different types of foods, and they would have to guess which one had more calories, which one had more fat and carbohydrates. So what did you think? How did you feel like the kids did in the first part?
Oh, they did amazing. I was so impressed with them, and they kind of second-guessed themselves, and they were right on the money. They did well, and I think it kind of opened my eyes. I mean, I know pretty much, what's in food, but it kind of opens your eyes to like, okay, you really need to start knowing and reading the label. I don't read the label as often as I should. I just started on Herbalife again because my birthday's coming up in 28 days, which I'm very excited. And it made me realize, okay, what is in this Herbalife? I was reading the labels today and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was in there, or that was in there. So it's like, so often we'll stuff our face with food and we don't even know what we're consuming.
Yeah.
So the fact that they threw that in there, especially for the kids too, I thought it was great because you should know what you're eating. And you're pretty good at it. I heard you shouting out.
The calories.
Yeah, you were like, no, that has more carbs but less fat.
Exactly, because I have that the app on my phone called MyFitnessPal. So every time I eat, I keep track of my calories because I'm doing this Biggest Loser challenge with everyone. But so every time they had to answer a question, I wanted to guess too, and I got all 5 correct, and I was like, oh wow, I've been counting calories way too much. But the kids did a really great job. They did a pretty outstanding work there, and they were able to knock off 4 pounds from the total of 70. And then the second part, once they got through with the questions, was going and doing the fitness test, beating their first score for the first time on day 1. And they had to do sit-ups, chin-ups, push-ups, the shuttle run, and then the last but not least, the mile. So with that, what did you think about them having to like face that number again?
Again, I think it's great to, when you, again, I'm a trainer. When I train my clients, when I first have that one-on-one with them, I always assess them and I do an assessment test. I want to see how many push-ups and sit-ups and all that stuff, burpees that you could do, because it really helps you gauge, you know, a month, 2 months down the road, how far along you are, because Jillian said it throughout the episode, you know, the numbers on the scale aren't everything.
Right.
And we've seen that later on. She's battling some of the contestants because they couldn't run for a minute. And it's true, you know, numbers don't lie, but they don't tell you everything.
Right.
And I think it's important that you assess yourself. Okay, I had a goal of being able to do this many pull-ups. You know, a month, 2 months into it, how far or how along are you closer to your goal? So I thought it was great seeing the kids do it, and I was so impressed with Bingo.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I know he came off of that, you know, that
injured foot.
Yeah, the injured foot, and I know that has to drain him mentally, physically. So to see him get back out there and really, you know, prove himself, and that's what it is. It's also proving to yourself that you could do this. And he was just killing the sit-ups. He was going and going and going, and it just made me feel like a proud mom. I'm like,
right?
oh,
The
Bingo!
first time he did the fitness test, he only did 18 sit-ups.
Yeah.
But this time he powered through it, almost doubled that, and did 35.
Yes.
So I was really proud of him too, because you saw the last few weeks on the episodes, he was having a really hard time, felt so discouraged back at home.
Even the contestants were proud of him. I think it was Francelina or somebody was just like, I don't even know if I could. Oh, no, it was Jackson. Jackson was like, I don't even know if I could do that many sit-ups.
Right.
So it was great that even the adult contestants were cheering on and proud of the kids.
And he's only 13. And I remember back when I was 13 and in school, we had to do all those fitness tests in gym class. I hated sit-ups. I hated push-ups. They were the least thing that I just did not ever want to do.
See, I was the opposite. When I was in middle school, I was a competitive gymnast. So I was like the show-off. You know, the rope? I would climb the rope with no legs. I can't even climb the rope now. Like, I was such the opposite. So my goal is to get back to 13.
I like
Just
it.
go backwards so I could get that strength again and that agility.
Well, from sit-ups, they did chin-ups, and Lindsay just got right in there, started doing the chin-ups, and she also doubled her number from 37 to 79. And then they did the shuttle run and push-ups and chin-ups, and last but not least, the 1 mile. And of course, Lindsay and Bingo got to display their strengths with the last 4. But Sunny's like, I want to do the mile. I want to step up and do this one. And the first time she did the fitness test, only ran the mile in 13 minutes. So when she got up there and Allie was getting ready to start the time, she told herself, I'm going to do this in 10 minutes. That is my goal. And Danny, her former teammate, got up on there and ran the mile with her.
I love that.
I love seeing that camaraderie between the contestants and everyone on this journey together.
What I really loved about it, too, as they were running, it started to rain.
Yes.
And to me, that kind of just symbolized life, you know? Like, sometimes you got to push through the struggle, the rain, the storms, you know, but you can't give up. You got to keep on fighting. So it just, I don't know if the Biggest Loser, you know, added that rain or if it was real rain, but it just added to the drama of, is she going to make it in 10 minutes or not? Yeah, it did it for me. I felt it. This episode was very dramatic. I felt the entire episode.
Very raw with emotion.
Yes.
And I think with the whole rain thing too, especially Sunny made that comment too, where she was like, oh my gosh, I just wanted to get done with this run. So it pushed me 10 times harder because I was wet, it was cold, and I did not want to be running in that rain. So it worked to her favor. But at the end of the day, she ended up running her 10-minute mile, 9 minutes and 59 seconds. She crossed the finish line.
Sunny,
so, Sunny,
go,
that was
Sunny,
awesome.
go.
Congratulations to you. But again, the whole camaraderie between the contestants, I loved with that final stretch, everyone met Sunny at that one point, and they all ran to the finish line together.
I love that.
They're on this journey together, same common goal, like they'd be saying every week. But well, great. So thank you to everyone who's been tuning into our after show. We certainly appreciate it. I have a few shout outs that I would love to mention today. Bella Branch TV and Ollie2436, thank you for your comments on our YouTube. We totally appreciate it. And for everyone else, if you want to go to our iTunes and subscribe, rate, give us 5 stars. We'd love to hear your feedback and what you think of our show, what we should be doing more of, what you want us to talk about. Tell us your opinions on the show as well, and make sure that you just really support us, because we love the support just as much as we support the contestants. It's
And
nice to
again,
have
we're
support.
in this journey together.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of you have joined our Biggest Loser Challenge on thebiggestloserchallenge.com, and the AFTERBUZZ team is doing great. I see the message boards. I write back to you guys, and it's nice that not only are we watching the show, you know, we are in our own journey to our health and fitness.
Absolutely.
And whether it's to lose weight, tone up, or just, you know, be in the best shape that you've ever been before, it's nice that we have one another, that we can be a team together.
So thank you again for all your support, and also tell a friend. We all have all these social media websites, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you blast it and spread the love, share the love with us in our after show. So we appreciate that a lot. And also, I want to give shout outs to the contestants.
Oh,
Today during the show, I got so excited.
Hey.
Jackson and Alex both retweeted me tonight, and Jackson was tweeting me about how he loves our after show, which was really exciting.
Jackson, we love you.
Yes.
Call in.
I told him, I was like, hey, you should call in tonight, or at least come in and like say something.
Yeah,
And he's
are
like,
they in LA?
No, Jackson's not in LA, and he is like, it's like 3 hours.
But the
wherever he's at.
finale is in LA, right?
Yes.
So maybe when they come in for the finale, we
can
could
get
try
them
to
to
get
come
them
in.
in. Yeah,
I would
and it will be
love
my
that.
birthday too.
Oh,
Yeah, my
yes.
birthday's the 17th, and the finale is either like the 17th or the 18th,
Okay.
one of those days. So
A lot of exciting things coming up
Yes,
then. So
that would
hopefully
be
Jackson will get
awesome.
to call in at some point, but he said he had to go to bed tonight, otherwise he'd tune in because he's waking up early to do his workout. So
they're
like-
still going.
yeah, I think he just has his routine.
Oh,
that
for the
yeah.
oh, that's awesome.
So good for him.
You know, I don't know if you heard this, or maybe you guys out there, if you heard this, but Jillian, throughout the episode, I had overheard her saying that they work out 3 times a day for 2 hours each. So that's 6 hours out of their day. They're on the ranch working out. That is so intense, and it makes sense to me now, if that's true, why they look so tired. Like, Gina looked drained.
Today there were so many meltdowns in that
Yes,
first
I
workout.
melt down 6 hours a day at work. Today I worked out for 3 hours. I was in the gym for 3 hours, and I was done. I was like, I have to go home. This has been such a long, it was a great workout, but I cannot imagine 6 hours.
No. Now when I see the meltdowns, I totally understand, and I totally get it, and I feel their pain, because I hate working out, but it's something you just gotta do. But 3 times in one day, that's just exhausting. But you saw tonight Gina's meltdown during her workout with Dolvette, and Joe made that snide comment where he's like, oh, I hate lawyers, and it just set her overboard.
Oh, she was like, oh, really?
She felt so insulted and stormed off, and I get it. I think if you're so under pressure and you're in that intense moment, I think I would have probably buckled down myself and been like, I can't, no. And she walked off, but Dolvette was able to pull the reins. Your favorite, Dolvette.
He's pretty good at that. He's charming. I mean, if I was there, Dolvette could pull me into anything. I would be so motivated to just run and watch his smile. But, you know, for Gina, I was kind of disappointed the fact that she let that get to her and she walked out, because really, you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
You walking out of the ranch, you're missing out on your workout. So while everybody else, Joe and everybody else, is working out, they're losing more, they're burning more, and you're upset. And I know when you're stressed out, you know, your cortisol goes up and it's hard to lose more weight. So you really just, if that was me, oh, you hate lawyers? Okay. I would just run harder.
Extra motivation.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, you're gonna hate me even more when you see how much I lose on the scale. That's I'm competitive. That's what and Gina seems competitive too. But
definitely, she's a little firecracker. And
yeah.
I'm wearing purple tonight because I'm totally Team Gina, and we were actually Facebooking earlier today. And she told me, be ready for tonight's episode. I'm a hot mess. So hot mess or not, Gina, I'm on your side, and I was proud of everything you were able to pull off tonight.
Nice.
But Gina wasn't the only one that had a meltdown. They showed Alex, and they haven't really featured a lot of Alex's struggles. They have some
right.
every few often throughout the episodes, but tonight she really had her moment with Jillian, and that's when Jillian was pushing her on the treadmill. She just had to run 5 minutes on that one incline, and Alex would only go in for a minute and then be like, I can't.
Well, you know how they say there's writer's block?
Yeah.
Well, you kind of get workout block, and I've seen this with my clients as well. One of my clients recently, I've been training her for months and months and months. She's lost like 40 pounds. She looks amazing. And the other day we were working out, and she couldn't do push-ups.
Ugh, I hate push-ups.
And I'm just like, Jen, that's her name. Sorry to call you out. I love you, but I'm like, Jen, are you kidding me? You can't do a push-up. I went into Jillian mode. I'm like, you can't do it. We've been working out for how long, and you can't do a push-up? And really what it was, and we've seen kind of like Alex, it's more than that. You have your block where you have so much other things going in your mind. You're taking it out. And she just had so much going on with work, with life, with relationships that it was coming out in the gym. And I said, listen, you got to channel through that. Like, we did not work this hard to start at square one again.
Right.
You can do push-ups, get through it.
And I think that's why Jillian kind of went spastic tonight in the gym. She went crazy. I tweeted her. I was like, you went crazy tonight. But her little whole conflict with Bob was really interesting to me because they haven't really had much like trainer conflict throughout this whole season so far. But I got where Jillian was coming from finally. She's like, we're at this point of the whole game, and they're giving up. And Bob and Dolvett are so sweet to their teams that Jillian's like, you got to be harder. This is where you have to be like, you may not have to like Jillian, but what you're doing is completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
So that led to Jillian going to have a one-on-one with Alex.
And you know what was funny? While she was talking to the other trainers, I had pointed it out. If you notice, Francelina was running her butt off on the treadmill.
Behind her.
So here, Jillian is upset, like, they need to be running at least a minute. Francelina's like, I'm running past these guys. I'm going at it.
And if you looked in the back corner, Jackson and Jeff were on the cycle.
The ellipticals and the cycles, and it's just like, Jillian was right. This is one time that I will agree. I don't always agree with her style of training people. I think she can be a little hard, but she is right. 8 weeks in, 2-hour workouts each session at 6 hours a day, and you can't run for 5 minutes. Not acceptable.
I hate the treadmill though. Like, it's just so.
I do
said that
too.
tonight, too. It's just so boring.
I hate it, but
5 minutes.
What you have to do is, and then this is, I'm learning to learn how to run. I get shin splints. It's painful. I don't like it. It's boring. It's not entertaining. I'd rather do anything else but the treadmill. But one thing I do on my mind is I break it down. You know, if I'm listening to music, I'll break one song, run through that song, okay, now the next one. And that's what you have to do. You have to figure out how you can break it down. Kind of like if your house is a mess. You go into your house and it's upside down. You could just freak out and be like, there's no way I'm going to clean this entire house. You got to break it down. Okay, let me start off with the living room. Let me start off with this and this and that. And then finally you'll get done. And that's what you have to do with your workouts.
Good point. I'm going to start doing that when I
Thank
do
you.
my
Yeah,
runs.
you got to break it down.
Oh, gosh.
Take it one thing at a time, one song at a time, one uphill at a time.
It's easier outside, though, but on the treadmill, it's just so boring.
It is
I
boring.
can't stand it. But I guess what Alex was really trying to get across tonight with Jillian, and Jillian finally was able to see the silver lining with Alex, which was really sweet. But Alex kept saying, I feel like this whole time on the ranch, every time I do my best, it's still not good enough. Because she was pulling low numbers. I don't think she's ever raised or lost more than 5 pounds on the scale. So when she was saying that to Jillian, Jillian's finally like, I get it. Your whole life you've been told to do your best. And even then you still never felt like the best was good enough. And she kept saying she's so sick and tired of being just a pretty face. And you, Lauren and I, when we're in the screen, we're like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. She's a beautiful face. And when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, now I see why she's so upset. And like, this is her journey, is that she's done with being just a pretty face. Because they showed that clip of her and her mother. And her mom didn't even look like her mother.
Yeah, I thought, I can't imagine just what that's like to grow up and, oh, you're pretty, but.
Yeah.
Oh, you're this, but. and she has to work through that. You know, in life, nobody's gonna hand things to you. You got to work for it. She was born with good looks, but you know, if you want that weight off, if you want people to stop saying but, you know, you got to start kicking your own butt,
Which could be that motivation too when she's in the gym to like really continue to push forward. But.
And I think everybody has a story. Everybody, you know, whether you're in shape or not, I think there's things that you can pull from your life. You know, you were talking about bullying before. I've been through many things as well as bullying, and I think you just need to pull from that. You need to, like Jillian says, you got to find your why. Why do you want to lose the weight? Why? You know, and it will later on spill out to other areas of your life. Once you start losing weight, you start feeling good, you start feeling motivated. You're okay, let me attack this, let me attack that. You know, it all comes together. I don't know if you've talked to other people, they'll say, you know, losing weight changed my life. No, it literally does. When you have that goal in your mind and you achieve it, it just motivates you to do so many other things. So
like
even
Ronnie, when he was here last
week.
week.
Ronnie, and
He's
shout
a
out,
great example.
shout out to Ronnie who just texted me, and he is watching us live from New York.
Hey, Ronnie.
He was great, and you know, I've trained him plenty of times, and he is so full of life, and he is so motivating, and his story even inspires me. You know, when I started training him, he had lost a lot of weight on his own, but to see that he can do that on his own it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, and going back to the whole like asking the why are you this way or whatever, it goes to the whole, if you don't do that, you're going to self-sabotage yourself. And if you don't continue to push yourself or find that force to really fuel the fire, again, you're going to self-sabotage yourself, which leads into the whole talk that Bob and Gina had tonight. And Bob's like, why are you doing this? Because the more you keep doing that, you're going to self-sabotage yourself. And Gina, again, is coming from a place of fear and worry. And rather than, she has this fear of losing. She kept saying, I have a fear of losing. And she wants to rather leave on her own terms than lose. So, again, self-sabotaging. Like, what did you think of Gina's little meltdown again?
8 weeks in. You're away from your family, your loved ones. I can understand.
Yeah.
The melting down. They can't eat their favorite chocolate. They can't eat their favorite cheeseburger. They don't have their comfort food. They don't have their family. What is comfortable in that house? Working out, losing weight is not comfortable at all. Like, they don't have any form of security in that house of what they're used to. You know, their lives, they're in a different place away from everything. So I can so understand. I kind of get sick of it. I'm like, okay, Gina, come on, Gina, Miss Tough Lawyer, kind of like Joe was saying, and you know, kind of sick of her saying I don't like lawyers. Well, I wouldn't like lawyers too if you're always breaking down, because if I'm in the gym and you're breaking down, that's not motivating me.
Right.
I would want to break down as well. So I can understand, but it's gonna happen. We're gonna see them drop like flies. You know, as the weeks continue, they're going to start breaking down, and we're going to see what they're really made of.
Well, I especially think at this point of the game, they're so close to the finale, and that is what their eyes are set on, and has been since the beginning, or they at least like to think that it has been. But all that pressure, it's like, I really have to keep working hard, otherwise I'm going to go home, and I did not come this far to go home now.
All that work that you put into it's not even worth it. And even when they do go home, I like the fact that, you know, they're still working hard, because when that finale comes, they want to try to win that at-home challenge, and they want to show the world, hey, I didn't make it, but I didn't give up on myself. And I think there's something that maybe we should do. Since Ronnie Jr. Media, that we love so much, since he is not here and he was a guest on the show, he's working out as usual. I think we should set up a challenge for him individually.
I like it.
I think that we should have Ronnie call in the last week of the show and see where he is at.
Okay.
So I'm going to have him, and I know you're listening, Ronnie, I'm going to have you send over your numbers, how much you're weighing, what size you are, your measurements, and let's put the fire under his butt. You've done it before, and you say that you're striving and you're trying to keep on, you know, with the weight loss. Let's see how far you can go. So you have a good month, Ronnie. Let's do it.
I like it. I think it's a really good challenge.
He's not on the AfterBuzz challenge on The Biggest Loser. So we're gonna have a little challenge for you. So we'll have you call in the last show and see where you're at. So Ronnie, let us know if you happen to want to call in now and tell us, you know, if you agree.
Hint, hint.
I know you're listening. Let me know, and we'd like to hear from you. So
absolutely.
Anybody else who wants to join in, you know, go to biggestloser.com and sign up for our AfterBuzz challenge. We have our weigh-ins. I don't have a weigh-in today. Lauren's not here, so we're gonna weigh in ourselves at home and log in. But next week we're gonna weigh in live. So
I think
really
it'll be interesting after all this time where we haven't been on the scale.
Yes, in front of the camera.
Yes.
So it's gonna be interesting.
I'll be working out all week. It's something because I texted you tonight. I was like, "Are you bringing the scale tonight? Am I gonna have to weigh myself?" And you're like, "No," and I was like, "Good," because I'm pigging out right now. I was stuffing my face, and I was like, "Oh, of course!" Right before I go.
Okay, so wait, I just got a text from Ronnie. It says, "Deal. I'm sending measurements and a pic in the morning." And that's another great thing, Ronnie. Thanks for sending that. You want to take your before picture. I have my before pictures because sometimes looking in the mirror every day, you can't see the challenge because you can't see the weight loss because you're staring at yourself. So start with your before picture, and you will be amazed weeks later. Oh, I do see a little of a difference. Okay, we have a caller on the phone. Could it be Ronnie?
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
I can't hear you. Hi.
I just wanted to call and say that I love your show.
Oh, who is this?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
What's your name?
Hi.
Can you hear
Ronnie.
us?
Hello.
It's not Ronnie, but who is this? We love you that you gave us a call.
Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm a first-time watcher.
Alex, how are you? Thanks so much for calling in.
Alex,
got it. Alex, now, do you watch The Biggest Loser on your own?
I do watch The Biggest Loser on my own. I think it's like such a good show, and I just like love watching how like inspirational all these people are.
Wonderful. Then what made you call in? Are you gonna accept our challenge that we gave Ronnie?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, will you be joining our AfterBuzz TV team on The Biggest Loser challenge?
I need to. This is my first time watching. I've actually been really working on, you know, eating healthier and working out. I've actually lost like 40 pounds since August.
Wow. Alex, go Alex. That's amazing. Can you tell us how you did it?
I think it's just really important just to make sure you eat healthy, you eat in moderation, you eat proper portions, and
Absolutely.
make sure that your body is getting that food. I eat like 6 small meals, usually like every 3 hours to keep my metabolism going.
Wow.
And I do a lot of walking because I live in the city, so I do a lot of walking, and I try to get into the gym every now and then as well. So
Good for you, Alex.
Now, I know on the show, and you probably heard us talking about it earlier, Jillian always likes to ask the contestants, what's their why? So you're obviously doing great. You lost 40 pounds. What's your why? Why did you want to lose the weight?
I think it's been something I've wanted to do for a really long time. I think it was, I mean, obviously I wanted to be healthy. I think that's really important. But I also wanted to do it for myself because I think it just makes me feel better as a person and more confident. And I just think that's really important just to, you know, feel confident about yourself because I don't want to be, you know, depressed and, you know, feeling down all the time. I want to feel alive and, you know, I want to live my life to the fullest.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I love it.
I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you too.
Do you feel like there's a huge like burden lifted off your shoulders now that you've lost the 40 pounds? Do you feel like you really are heading towards the goal that you want to?
Yeah, I definitely do. And, you know, like I said, it's a work in progress. And, you know, just taking it day by day and doing it gradually, I'm just really excited to see the results of the future. And, you know, just I'm going to keep going at it.
Nice.
Awesome.
Now, how many pounds to your goal weight do you need to lose?
I want to lose 10 more pounds. That's like my current goal because I want to do like short-term goals, like shorter goals. I don't want to like make like an unrealistic goal. So I kind of like set the limit. So I want to lose 10 pounds and then hopefully after that, lose another 10 pounds.
Good, good.
I like that. The mini goals are that's great.
You have this. You've done 40 pounds, and you know what it takes. And this is the fun part because you know what you can do.
Yeah.
So this is where it gets fun. You're like, I know I can do this. I know what needs to be done, and you're going to do it. I already know you're going to do it. I'm already proud of you.
I'm very proud of you.
Is there anybody on the show that really inspires you with their story? Who specifically on the show?
Who specifically?
Yes.
Yeah, inspires you the most. I know everybody has a story, but what story touches you the most?
Hang on, can you repeat that?
The contestants on the show, who inspires you the most? Like, which journey have you been following or rooting for the most?
I always root for, like, the younger contestants. I don't know, just something about just being that age and, you know, just having been overweight as a younger person myself. So I really like Jackson.
Yeah.
Personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like Jeff too, and I'm from Michigan, and he's from Michigan.
Woo!
But I always
Michigan.
There's always been a lot of people from Michigan on The Biggest Loser, and I always like, you know, I like rooting for those people. I mean, obviously I'm rooting for everyone, but you know, I guess like the younger kids, I've always liked, you know, seeing them, you know, taking action and trying to change their lives around. And I think at like this age, and I think with, you know, just obesity in general and with the younger generation, I think it's important that, you know, kids are getting healthy and eating right. And I think these kids on the show are like, they're role models, you know, they're paving the way for a better future for, you know, to show people that, you know, we need to live healthily.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Alex, we appreciate you calling in and giving us your input, and we loved hearing your story. Please join our AfterBuzz TV team on the Biggest Loser Challenge. We'd love to have you part of our journey as well. We appreciate it.
And before you go, again, we appreciate you calling in. How did you hear about us?
How did I hear about you guys?
Yeah.
I have a friend who watches the show.
Oh, awesome. And what's your friend's name?
Yeah. My friend's name is Barrett.
Barrett.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, thank you. And thank you to your friend for watching us. Continue to watch us, and you can tweet at us. I'm a trainer as well. If you have any questions, you can personally tweet me at Miss Mercedes, MISMERCEDES. You can also tweet AfterBuzz TV. And what's your Twitter?
At James Wallington.
Yeah. So please, we'd love to interact with you more, and feel free to call in any other episode.
Thanks, Alex. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Good luck.
Well, that was sweet.
That was awesome. I love
felt really
surprise phone calls. I really
thought it
do.
was Ronnie
I
for
thought
a
it was Ronnie
second.
too.
Oh, wow.
That was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, congrats, Alex.
I love that we
40
can
pounds.
all just like motivate each other with
Yeah.
each other's stories and inspire one another. He lost 40 pounds.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I'm really proud of him.
Wow, moving forward, I guess the last part of this episode went around the challenge. There was another challenge where the teams had to come together, and they met Allie at the beach, and there was sand piles everywhere. And the objective was to uncover tiles. There was 5 check marks and an X, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And if they were able to do that, they would win an additional 10 pounds taken off the total weight that they were supposed to lose for the week. So what did you think of this challenge? I would have been so annoyed.
You know, it just looked really heavy and hard.
Yeah.
Especially that they wet the sand.
Yep.
It just doesn't look fun, and it really, you have to strategize and teamwork.
Because there was not a lot of room for all them to move either.
Yeah, exactly. So it must be hard because you keep on getting thrown in positions where, okay, you're an individual competing. Now you're back in a team. And now it's just like, do I hate them or do I love them? It's hard. Like, they're all for the same purpose, but at the end of the day, only one is going to win the Biggest Loser.
Yeah.
So I think my emotions would probably be played with. And we've seen this with Joe and Gina.
Yep.
You know, they were going at it earlier. They hated each other. Gina hurt her leg and fell, and they only had a minute left. And here was
Joe.
the drama. And here Joe came and just picked her up, and he was really there for her. So it was just like, you know, you're against each other, but when it comes down to it, you're really helping each other out at the same time.
Absolutely. And the one part in this challenge that you and I both went is when they did the slow motion of Danny doing the thing with the shovel and hit her ankle, I really thought that was going to put her out of that competition.
Yeah.
That would have, painful.
Looked very, very painful. I know what it's like to be injured and trying to work out. It's not fun at all.
No. But they were able to pull through again, and we were like, wait, there was no way they could pull that off in the last minute.
You know, I'm starting to question. I know some reality TV is like rigged and it's not always real. The producer set it up. But for Biggest Loser, I'm like, this is real. They're really losing weight. This is all real. But when they only had a minute left on the clock, and they were just so far from the
They weren't
place.
even on the pier yet.
Yeah, they weren't even on the pier, and then Gina's hurt, and I'm just like, there's no way they made it up there in a minute. But I thought it was great that everybody wants a happy ending, so it was nice to see that they ended up making it.
Well, they were able to win the 10-pound advantage, so that brought them down to a total of 51 pounds that they would have to lose as a group in order to all win immunity and be safe this week. But before the weigh-in, they actually did a challenge where they would have to trust and rely on one another, and they did a high ropes course type of challenge. And you and I were talking about how we love high ropes courses, and it looks
If
super
somebody
fun.
knows where one is, I think there's one in Catalina, but please let us know because me and James want to go. I so want to go. I'm down.
They kept seeming like they got to trust each other a lot more and really depend on each other more. And it's a great bonding experience.
And I think it would be good as hosts for us to bond together and really trust each other, you know, so then when we come back in the show, you know, we'll just be more comfortable.
We did it.
Yeah, teamwork, AFTERBUZZ teamwork.
And I loved how the way they were able to do the pairings. I loved that Jeff and Selena got paired up together.
Hold up,
let's talk about this.
Hold up. Okay. Now, when they got paired up, Jillian had made a comment, and I tweeted her.
You and I, our jaws dropped.
I'm just like, where did this? It just came from left field. Jillian had said, you know, it must be hard for, you know, Selena and Jeff, you know, two people who are intimate to get up there and trusty. I was like, what? Intimate? Excuse me? Have they been dating and hooking up and that we didn't even know?
I have not seen a storyline between the two of them develop at all this entire season.
Me neither.
Until tonight's episode.
I'm like, this is the juice. This is the meat and potatoes.
I would have loved to have seen this.
And you know, even from like, you know, the competition standpoint, I would like to see how, you know, two people on the same journey fall in love because they want the same goals, and like she's probably insecure about her body in this way and so is he, but they find the love in each other and the beauty in each. Like, I want to see that. Everybody loves a love story.
Yeah.
Dang you, Biggest Losers producers.
And there have been some successful love stories in the past on these seasons, and I'm surprised they just never developed the storyline between them. But when they got to do the high ropes together, I mean, that's when they announced that they were attracted to one another.
Oh, yeah.
But not only were Jeff and Selena paired up together, but Joe and Gina, which was the juicy one, because they have been having a tiff this entire episode, which to me it's also came from left field, because the last few weeks, Joe has never really seemed to have a problem with Gina. He's been having issues with Danny, not necessarily issues, but more threatened because Danny's a strong woman. And I think at this point in the competition, he's more threatened by Gina.
Yeah, I think so.
Because his snide remark about her being a lawyer, I just thought was completely out of left field. Like, that just made no sense all of a sudden. But again, Jillian, when she was talking to Gina about it, or Bob was talking to Gina about it, it's because they're just trying to throw Gina off her game because she is a tough and top contender. In
I mean, he was an athlete, so he knows what it is to get in people's head.
Yeah.
You know, if you get in someone's head, you can actually, like you said, throw them off and you can actually win. So he's probably thinking, okay, I see how great competitively, how great as a competitor she is. So let me get in her head so she's not as a great competitor. But at the same time, I kind of feel like, really, Joe, like, you're a guy, a big guy who has great athletic capabilities.
Yeah.
You feel threatened by other smaller people. Like, not saying because they're smaller that they're not threats, but I just feel like he should be a little more confident. You would think he would be.
I would assume so.
Did it get quiet in here all of a sudden?
I did. I saw a light flash and I didn't know what that meant, so it kind of threw me off guard there.
Yeah.
But they didn't really show any, really feature any other pairings except for Alex and Jillian because of their tiff earlier in the episode. But they all were able to do it, and I loved it. It makes me want to do some high ropes course activity.
I'm gonna start looking some stuff. There is this trampoline place that I'm gonna try to go to this week. If I end up going, I'm gonna take pictures. So if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, I'll definitely will post. But it's literally the whole entire like gym is just trampolines.
Is it somewhere in Encino?
Yes.
Yeah, and on Friday nights they do dodgeball, I think, for like $5.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should all
totally
go.
Be down to go.
I so want to, because I just remember being a gymnast, we would practice our flips on long trampolines.
Sure.
It would be like runway style trampolines, and it was such a workout, and it looked so fun. And I'm like, I want to start doing fun things as my workouts. I want to switch it up. I'm sick of, like you said, you get bored on the treadmill. I want to switch it up. So
spice up our workouts.
Yeah, if you guys out there listening, if you guys have any exciting type of workout ideas, or there's things that you do that are exciting that are not traditional workouts, let us know, because I think everybody wants to spice up their workout.
Absolutely. I think we should do that this week.
I think so too. Oh, I'm excited. And you live in North Hollywood too, right?
I do. Okay. Yeah. So we're neighbors.
Yeah. So we should be working out together. No excuses.
So after the whole trust each other exercise, there was no last minute workout, which I was really surprised by.
Yeah.
But they went straight into the weigh-in. And the weigh-in, Allie announced again that the contestants have to pull off a weight loss of 51 pounds in order for them all to be immune this week. And if they weren't able to pull it off, one of them would fall under the red line, which would automatically cause them to be eliminated. No votes this week. So the tension and the stakes are pretty high right now, I would say. So Danny got up on the scale and she lost 7 pounds, and she seemed pretty excited about it. And I think that was probably a good amount of weight to start off the whole run. People seemed optimistic. Gina seemed pretty optimistic, and then they all shot her down. But Joe lost 6, and that's when people were like, oh shoot, these numbers are not high enough for us to really get the 51 pounds.
Yeah.
Jackson got up there, lost 5, and he was all cute and smiley, trying to be optimistic. Well, I lost 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Alex lost 3, Jeff lost 4, Gina lost 4, which I think all the trainers and even the contestants were hoping that she'd be a heavy hitter this week with the weight loss, because she's been pulling numbers like 7, 8, and 9.
Well, when you keep on jumping off of treadmills and leaving your workouts,
making excuses.
Yeah, you're not going to be losing as much weight. And she's stressed out. So, again, cortisol goes up and you're not going to lose as much weight.
So she seemed really disappointed. And the last person to get up was Francelina. And Allie said, you have to lose 3 pounds in order to stay above the red line. And she was only able to lose 2. She was 1 pound off of leaving. And if she would have been able to pull off the other pound, Jeff would have gone home. Her love bud.
How crazy is that? I felt like, now this is maybe I'm being a little too like of a romance story, but I wanted Jeff to be like, no, I'll go home.
Right?
Yeah, I love you. You need it more than me. I'll go home and work out.
I was reading a lot of tweets too during the middle of the episode, and I was like, wait, Jeff and Francelina are in a lot of these tweets. And I was like, did they both go home? Did he end up quitting for her? Like the whole sacrifice, like, I'm going to go home with Francelina.
Yeah.
But no, Francelina ended up going home, and they kind of had that little tender moment together as she was leaving.
I would have been like, you want to be my man? You should have went home. You should have been let me. We're breaking up. We're
I
done.
need this more than
I'm leaving
you.
the ranch and leaving you.
But they have this unspoken connection. Well, they haven't really featured it or focused on it much, but they both lost their dads. And that's why they have this bond that seems pretty strong. And of course, when they went back home and showed Francelina back at home, she lost a total of 77 pounds. So when she started the ranch in the Biggest Loser journey, she was at 267 pounds and then lost 77, which now her weight is 190. And she looked fantastic.
You know, there's something so beautiful about that woman, and not just physically. You know, she lost the weight, she looks great, but she just has a beautiful spirit, a beautiful energy about her. And I think, you know, as the weight comes off, her confidence is boosting, and she just gets more beautiful as she loses the weight. Like, I cannot wait to see how she looks and how she expresses herself at the end of this journey. I think she's just going to be an amazing person to watch. She's going to fully blossom. And I think it's beautiful that, you know, before she was intimidated to pursue her passion to become a doctor. And one of the reasons why she was intimidated was because of her weight. She's thinking, well, how can I sit there and tell people to be healthy when, look at me, I'm overweight. I'm not even healthy myself. And I really felt that when she said that because, again, I'm sorry to keep on throwing myself in there, but even as a trainer, we go through that. Sometimes people look at us and they're like, well, okay, well, you're not super skinny. You're not this. So you really have to have that self-love and you have to work hard at it, whatever that you're doing, because you need to practice what you preach.
Sure.
So it's nice to see that she's finally loving herself, and now she's able to love her career and her passion in return.
And not only that, but she's with Jeff now.
Oh yeah, she has
They're
a love.
together. They're
Hey.
dating. And of course, they didn't show Jeff because he hasn't been eliminated yet.
You know, I want to see Jeff open up. I just feel like I want to see him open up more. I know we heard about it, but he's not very emotional. He gets mad. Like, I know he flips out on Jillian, but I want to dig deeper. I want to see that storyline develop more, and hopefully he'll talk about her.
Right. Well, I'm excited. Jeff, Selena, you know, they're a new thing now, Jeff, Selena.
Yeah.
Put the names together. But that wrapped up our whole episode. But I have some news that I'd like to share with everyone.
Oh, wait, hold on. You didn't give me this exclusive.
Well,
I'm kind of scared. Hold on. Yeah, can you guys turn down the mics? I need to talk to my co-host. What's going on? Listen, you were supposed to prep me. Okay, go ahead. I'm just going to take it in. What are you going to say?
Well, I saw it literally moments before we went live, and it was on Twitter. And Planet Fitness has been tweeting that if you want to win tickets to the live finale of The Biggest Loser, you need to tweet who you're supporting on this season and also hashtag biggest supporter. And by doing that, you automatically enter yourself into their contest to win tickets to the live finale. So I've been doing that all night tonight because I would like to go to this finale.
Phew, I thought you were going to say something like, I'm quitting the show. I don't know. I don't want to enter this fitness journey anymore. I don't know. I thought something.
No, nothing that dramatic. I'm sorry.
Okay,
but I just wanted to share the wealth with everyone else that, you know, hey, if you want to go to the Biggest Loser season finale, that's the way to do it. Tweet Planet Fitness, hashtag biggest supporter, and explain who you're supporting and why.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that all night tonight.
My goal for you guys is to have us hosts be able to be at the finale in the red carpet and be able to talk to the contestants for you and give you your very own AFTERBUZZ TV Biggest Loser exclusive. I
actually may have gotten hooked up today with that. I was talking to Gina again on Facebook, and I was
Damn, Gina!
who do we talk to? Because I was like, we are trying to go to the finale for this show, and she gave me a name and an email for us to contact.
We are going to be there on the red carpet interviewing these people, and I'm going to interview Dolvette, and we are going to be in trainer love, okay?
Right? I'm excited. So hopefully we can make this all happen, because I think it'd be really exciting, because we're all been so passionate, and we're on this journey too. It'd be just so great to meet them all in person.
I'm excited.
Hopefully that'll work out. Do you have any? Let's do predictions really quick too, because we're down to the final 6.
Yes.
And so,
your AfterBuzz TV.
We used to have like a predictions dance. This is how it went. It's like spooky music. Yeah, like ooh.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're down
Shout
to
out
the
to Spicy Body that she made up that dance.
Woo! We're down in the final 6. So we have Jeff, Joe, Jackson, Danny, Gina, and, oh my gosh, Danny, Gina, and Alex. So those are our final 6. Who do you think is going to be at the finale?
You know, there's a drive in Alex.
Yeah.
She just has this competitive athlete drive. Jackson, I feel like he and Gina, I don't know. There's so many. I just picked half of them, but I don't know. What are your predictions?
Well, 2 weeks ago I said Gina. I said Alex, and I still agree with Alex. I think they're still developing her story. There's a lot more there that we haven't seen. So Alex is one of my choices. I also said Francelina 2 weeks ago, but I'm so sad she left. But now that Francelina's gone, I'm going to say Gina, because she is literally the underdog, and she has been having the biggest journey so far on this whole season. I feel like it's Gina's season, essentially. So I'm going to say Gina, Alex, and Danny, or Gina, Alex, and Jackson.
I mean, there's only 6 people left, so
Yeah.
that's picking a lot.
But I'm saying, like, I feel like if Dani doesn't win immunity at some point, she's gone. you
Yeah,
know?
that's true. That's true.
So I think she has a lot at stake
You
here.
guys out there listening, tweet us, comment on our podcast or our YouTube. Who do you think is going to make it to the finale? Who's going to be a finalist? Who's going to be the biggest loser winner? It's going to be very, very interesting to see.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited, especially because we've invested so much into
Yes.
this. But, well, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in tonight. And thank you, Alex, for calling in and sharing us your testimony about losing all your weight. And I'm your host, James Wallington. You can find me on Twitter at James Wallington, WALLINGTON, and on Instagram at Mr. MR James Wally.
Nice. And I'm Fallon Mercedes. You can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Miss Mercedes. It's MIS Mercedes. And please follow me, tweet me. And I also have a new blog called fithollywood.com. And I can give you a whole bunch of, celebrity workout secrets because that's what I do. I interview celebrities about their health and fitness regimen. So stay tuned.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Oh, yeah.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.